Hi, it's Liz from Fast Kitty Crafts. Today I wanted to share with you a quick and easy project using a small amount of size 4 weight yarn you may already have in 2 colors. I'm calling this the star-crossed headband because of the row of crossed double crochets. This headband has oodles of fun texture and is so much fun to make. Let's get started. I'm using a size J or 6mm crochet hook, but you can use any size hook that you're most comfortable with. So start off with a slip knot and create a length of chain that will fit snugly around the fullest part of your head, and make sure it is an odd number. Mine ended up being 57 chains. And when you reach the end of the chain, turn it over, and in the second chain from the hook, place a single crochet and double crochet in the next chain. And then just repeat these 2 stitches to the end of the chain. Your last stitch will be a double crochet in the last chain. Now we will join to the first stitch of our row and change colors at the same time. Just insert your hook into the first stitch and pull through your new color. And when you join, make sure there are no twists in your first row. So now you can drop your first color and chain 1 with the new color and turn. And don't worry, we will stitch up the gap between the 2 ends of the starting chain later. So now we will skip the turning chain and the joining stitch and single crochet in the first stitch. And then double crochet in the next stitch. So we will be repeating row 1, and this stitch is called the lemon peel stitch. So what's happening is your single crochets will be going into the double crochets from the row before, and your double crochets are going into the single crochet. And so now we're coming to the end of the row, and your last stitch will be a double crochet in the same stitch as your join. And so now join with a slip stitch to your first stitch, chain 1 and turn. And now skip your turning chain and the joining stitch and half double crochet in the first stitch and in each stitch around the row. And again, your last stitch will be your half double crochet in the same stitch as your join. And then join to your first stitch, chain 1 and turn. And so skip your turning chain and the joining stitch and work into the first stitch. And so now we will be doing the camel stitch. So what that is a half double crochet in that third loop in the front. So instead of working into the top V like normal, it's that extra third loop that half double crochets have in the front. This creates a really pretty rib texture on the front of the headband. And now we're coming to the end of the row, and your last camel stitch will be in that same stitch as your join. And then join to your first stitch, chain 2 and turn. And now we will begin our row of crossed double crochets. And so now skip your joining stitch and skip the next stitch and double crochet in the next stitch. And now we're going to yarn over, go around the back post of the double crochet you just created, enter the skip stitch from the front, yarn over and pull through the loop, and then complete your double crochet as normal. And now you should have a really pretty X shape, and we'll do it again. So skip your next stitch, double crochet into the next stitch, yarn over, go around the back post, enter your skip stitch from the front, yarn over and pull through a loop, and complete your double crochet as normal. And now I wanted to show you another option for the cross double crochet. It may be a little easier for you, and I think it's even a little more common. Instead of going around the back post, you enter the stitch and wrap around the front post. This stitch looks nice also, but I feel it doesn't look as much like an X like the other way. And so now we're coming to the end of the row, and so your first leg of the last X will be in the same stitch as the join. And then ignore the chain 2 and join to that first double crochet, and chain 1 and turn. And this row will be an easy row of half double crochets in the front loop. So skip your turning chain and the joining stitch, and then go into the front loop of the first stitch. So as you're looking at the top row of these, it's that loop that's closest to you. And so your last stitch will be in the front loop of that same stitch as your join. And we're about ready to change colors again, so begin your join to that first stitch. Drop your main color of yarn, and then pick up your contrast yarn again and pull through. And then chain 1 and turn. And now skip your joining stitch, and we're going to place a half double crochet in the back loop of the first stitch. So when you're looking at the top row of these, it's the loop that's farthest away. And repeat these half double crochets in the back loop across the row. These back loop stitches also give a really pretty ribbed effect on the front. And your last stitch will be in the back loop of the same stitch as your join. And then join to the first stitch, chain 1 and turn. And now we will do a quick little ribbing effect by doing front post and back post stitches. So we will begin our first half double crochet by going around the front post of the half double crochet from the row before. The next stitch will be a back post half double crochet, so just yarn over, enter from the back going around the front of the post, and finish your half double crochet as usual. And so we will repeat going around the front post and then around the back post across the row, and you'll be ending with the last stitch going around the back post. And so now just join with your first stitch and finish off your yarn. And now your beautiful headband is almost done. Now you can go back and stitch up that gap that was between the beginning and the ending of the starting chain. And then be sure to weave in all your ends. I hope you enjoyed crocheting with me today, and join me again next time for another fun project. Bye for now.